You and I create workflows in SharePoint because we want SharePoint to take action on our behalf. SharePoint has a huge list of actions that you can incorporate in your workflows. The actions are organized in categories based on how you'll use them, and the names are pretty logical. For example, actions that affect the behavior of an item in a list are called list actions. We also have core actions, task actions that appear only in SharePoint Server 2010, and utility actions, sort of mop-up actions, but one of them allows us to subtract one date from another, so it's incredibly useful. Then we have some other actions that we don't see all the time. For example, the document set actions are only available for workflows that are associated with a special document content type. Relational actions appear only when your SharePoint site is running SharePoint Server 2010. Task behavior options only appear when you customize tasks in pre-built workflows like Start Approval Process or Start Feedback Process. We're going to be using the list actions and the core actions right away. We'll work our way up to some of the other actions like task and utility. So let's see where we'll find all of these actions. Here we are in SharePoint ready to create a new workflow that's associated with the list. So if we look at step 1, there are 2 ways to get to the actions list. The first way is to click on action and you'll see all of the actions grouped together. So core actions: add a comment, do a calculation, log something, set a workflow variable, send an email, pause for a duration. These are popular actions that we'll be using over and over again. And then because we're in a list, we have list actions: checking items in and out, copying them and deleting them, discarding checked out items, setting a value in the current item, again, something you'll use over and over again, or waiting for a change in the current item. Then we have task actions, less used, and utility actions that allow us to manipulate text. But this fine interval between dates is used a lot. So we can click on the drop-down and choose, or if you know something about the name of the action, you can click where it says Start Typing. And even though you don't actually get an insertion point, it's waiting for you, so you could type, for example, set value. It says no results, but set, maybe that's the name of it. Press enter to view, set field in current item. That's the particular action that I'd like to use. So if you know something about its name, it doesn't have to be the first word, you can find it that way, or you can click the action list and choose from the drop-down. The actions available when you're creating a workflow always are going to depend on your context. For example, the Start Approval Process and Start Feedback Process actions aren't available here. We don't see them at all. And that's because they're only available in certain contexts and when we're working with certain workflows. If you don't see an action that you believe would be there, suspect your context before you start to assume that maybe that action never existed at all. So very easy to choose actions. Simply click in your workflow and choose from the drop-down list, or begin by typing some part of the name of the action you wish to choose.